One of the best parts of Matt's and my jobs is coming up with really fun and new ways to use our tools. Of course, we also love working with our sales reps. That's one of our favorite things. But second to that, we'll say it's coming up with creative uses for the products that we have. Products are great, they look nice in their packaging, but let's face it, people need a reason to buy these products. So one of my tasks was to come up with something fun and festive for the holiday season, which is rapidly approaching. And I thought, what better way to do that than come up with a cocktail that you can use to welcome friends into your home, serve to your friends and neighbors, and just something that's really festive. So what I've come up with is a Cranberry Margarita. And we're gonna do it in a martini glass. You could certainly use any type of glass you have or like, depending on if you're gonna use ice or not. And we're gonna feature the Stadhampton Chili and Spice Mill, which is a great item that you've seen used. And then we're using the chili salt. So here's a great way to use two of our new products with our spice refill and also our Stadhampton mill. So I've gone ahead and I have ground quite a bit of this chili salt, very fine, because you don't want to have too big of pieces of chili flakes on the rim of the glass. You don't want people to choke as they're enjoying their lovely cocktail. So I've got a plate full of that ready to go. And we'll go ahead and we will rim the glass. So you're gonna take a little bit of lime juice around the rim of your glasses. Basically, you're just trying to wet the rim so the chili salt will adhere. So I cut that little notch in there. We're just gonna go around it. All right, get those ready to go. So you wanna have the glasses prepared ahead of time, and then we'll mix up the cocktail, which is super fast and super pretty, okay? So we've got the moisture on there so we can get our nice chili salt to stick, and then we're just gonna go around. And you could do this in a bowl if you have a bowl that's the right size. These happen to be pretty broad rimmed glasses. So I thought a plate might do a little bit better job here today. And you don't need a ton. And if you like coarse, go coarse. I just figured with the chili salt and the chilies in there for spice, we don't want to get it too heavy. And this is something, if you've got guests coming over, you could do this ahead of time. You don't have to stand there and do this while you've got company. Just have your glasses sitting off to the side, ready to go. Okay. Just a little is all you need. Okay, so then we're gonna take another fun blast from the past product, as I like to call it, and that's gonna be our quick blend shaker. And we're gonna use this for our cocktail shaker today. So what I've got in here is ice. Nothing fancier than ice. Usually you use crushed ice, but if you don't have it, you can use whole ice. And then we're gonna put our ingredients in. So you can do this a couple different ways. You can use store-bought cranberry juice, preferably the 100% cranberry juice without the sugars and the sweeteners in it. So look for something that says pure cranberry juice, no cocktail. You can use the cocktail and just back off on the simple syrup, but I really like it to be super, super tart and love that really bold flavor of the pure cranberry juice. So let's go ahead and get that going. And I'm making a double batch. So if you're following the recipe that we're gonna send out to everyone, I'm doing a double batch. So I'm gonna do 3 ounces of the cranberry juice. My jigger here happens to be 1.5 ounces, so we'll just do 2 of those. And then we're also gonna do 3 ounces on the tequila. You can use white tequila, you can use an añejo if you prefer it. Either one's fine. In a situation like this with the flavors in here, you don't have to use a super premium tequila unless you're just a tequila connoisseur and you like a certain one. So we got the tequila going on, and then we're gonna use our triple sec or Cointreau. Any kind of an orange liqueur will work just fine for this. On this one, we only wanna double it to 2 ounces. Pop that in there. Triple sec or Cointreau is super versatile for all different kinds of cocktails, so it's kind of a nice thing to have around. All right, then we're gonna do our lime juice and our simple syrup. So for the lime juice, we're cheating today because I'm all about kitchen hacks and saving time. And we are gonna use pure lime juice. You don't want the stuff that's from concentrate. That doesn't taste the same and it's not near as good, but if you can find a good pure lime juice that's already squeezed, I say make life a lot faster than sitting here and pressing limes. And then lastly, we're gonna add in our simple syrup. Now I don't like this to be real sweet, as I mentioned. So I am just gonna put in actually just about 2 squirts. So I didn't measure that. Ask my husband, he knows I don't like to measure anything in the kitchen because it just takes the fun out of it. All right, so we've got all of our ingredients in here. We're gonna give it a good shake. And because we're serving this drink up instead of on the rocks, you want to make sure and get it super, super frothy and cold. So that's the key. If your ice has been sitting out for a while, drain the water off of it, add some new ice, get it really, really, really cold. It's going to taste better and it's going to look better. So once that's nice and shaken up, I'd probably shake it a little bit longer, but it's probably boring for you to watch that. So we're going to go ahead and get this ready to go, and we're going to pour this right into our glasses. And depending on the juice that you start with, you're going to find in some cases that it's going to look a little more red. When I used a different juice and made this previously, it came out a little bit darker. This one's a little bit more on the pinky light side. That's okay. And since it's not quite Thanksgiving-y time or Christmas time, we couldn't find any fresh cranberries. But what I like to do is take and float a couple of fresh cranberries in there. And you can even garnish it with a lime if you like. And a little bit of rosemary. And if you can get fresh cranberries, get frozen ones and pop them in there frozen, or take a bag of fresh ones and freeze it, because what that'll do is it'll actually help keep your cocktail that much cooler when you're drinking it. So some frozen cranberries, if you've got them, would be delicious in there, and you have a wonderful, tasty, and festive cocktail to enjoy with your friends and family. I hope you like the cranberry margarita with the chili salt rim as much as I enjoy it.